After the Nate Diaz vs Jake Paul fight, multiple fights broke out between fans, and it was all caught on video. And Nate Diaz explains the pre-fight injury which potentially changed the way he fought Jake Paul, although he's not trying to make any excuses.
Richard got mad at me because I wasn't training how I should have been training. I should have been throwing punches, keeping him on the outside, and doing a lot of stuff. Like I said in an interview, I'm not trying to make an excuse, but about a month back, I was trying to stay big, and I hurt my arm a little bit, and it was wear and tearing on my right arm. If I was jabbing and doing a lot of stuff, so I would get inside and fight like a Mexican guy, smother their punches and get in there and make every sparring session a brawl. And I did that kind of like camp, and that's how the fight went. And I think I should have kept on the outside, circled, and did better stuff. I know I pissed Rich off. He don't want me to say it, but he wanted me to keep him on the outside. And I should have, but it's all good. There's no way I'm not gonna show up for a fight because of something like that too. You gotta go regardless. Like no matter what, so I plan on doing my next one. If it's going to be boxing, we're going to work good.
At the end of the fight, do you think you
work like a small guy, not a big guy?
Yeah. And Dustin teases a move up to middleweight, saying, "Okay, I'll move up," and then retweets a fan's post saying, "Gaethje trilogy, it's only fair, 1-1." Could we see the third fight at welterweight, or should it be settled at lightweight like the two previous fights? Leave your opinion below. And with there being speculation over an Usman vs Wonderboy fight, on the Weighing In podcast, Josh and John explain the only reason Wonderboy should take that fight.
Well, I think it's a little weird because Wonderboy came out earlier and said, "Look, I'm tired of fighting all these wrestlers."
That's exactly where I was going to go, but
you know, John, I mean, like, you would agree, right? Like, if I'm at this stage of my career, I'm 40 years old. Look, Usman's my step. If I'm trying to get to the title, you have to take that fight. Who do you have there? You have Usman, you've got Colby, and you've got
I agree with you.
They're all
everything
wrestlers.
Everything is a matter of, if you're Stephen Thompson, what do you want? What do you want? Do you want a shot at the title? Because if you want a shot at the title, take the fight against Kamaru and beat him. Because now you're putting yourself in that position. If you don't really care about the shot at the title, then I wouldn't take the fight with Kamaru if you don't want to fight wrestlers.
Yeah. Because, look, I'm going to be honest, and there's no shade towards Kamaru. I mean, he has already kind of made a lot of money. I don't know where his mental is, you know? I mean, like, you could tell, like, some of the relief is like, look, I'm not the champ right now. I'm going to have fun. I've made good money. I'm good. I'm making good money now still as I speak. The Stephen Thompson fight does make sense for him if he wants to try to get back into that title shot. But the guys that are ahead of Stephen Thompson, none of those guys Stephen should want to fight except for Kamaru. Kamaru's getting older. He's been the champion for a while. He's had some knee problems. Like, there's moments there where you could potentially catch him. It's going to be a hard fight. It's going to be a hard fight no matter what, no matter who you fight. But you've got guys, you've got the bully. He's going to come out. He's going to try to just take you down, grind on you. His stand-up's gotten a long ways, but he will do what he does. He will press the pace, get in your face, and he will take you down. And then you've got Colby, who's already matched up right now. And who else is there in that top? There's one other person. Who is it? There's one other person that skyrocketed into that.
Bilal?
You've got Bilal. Oh, no, then Burns is out right now. His shoulder's coming around. Chimaev's out too. He's fighting at 85 now.
Chimaev's 185.
Yeah, so Shavkat is probably not a guy you want to fight either right now.
Well, I would actually save the Shavkat to match him up with Kelvin again.
Well, Shavkat's calling out Usman. He's like, "Hey, man, where you at?" Which is crazy because they train together at Kill Cliff.
I see that. Wow.
No, I get it. I get it.
Kinda.
They kind of do and they kind of don't. But, you know, so I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I actually think if I'm going to pick anybody, if you want to get to the title, Kamaru Usman and Stephen Thompson, if I'm the UFC, I'm like, look, Kamaru potentially going to be able to take him down and grind him out like he does, you know, he can do. He's very capable of doing. He's done to so many people. But on the feet, Stephen could catch him. And we got a little bit of a Wonderboy story. You got a little something going on, something to build up. So, but then
that or sign MVP and put MVP in Wonderboy.
They might be holding out on that. Just to be honest, I mean, look, we know if MVP is sitting front row next to Dana White and everybody else at these fights, at pay-per-view events, they've already got something pretty much kind of locked in. They've at least got a deal in front of him, and he's kind of already likes the deal. Good for him.
Talking of Usman, he recently did an interview with TMZ where he fires back at Khamzat Chimaev for ducking their fight. Hey, I'm ready to fight, but the thing too is it has to make sense. Who on the planet didn't agree that Khamzat fight made sense? But you're the guy who has been in the UFC, 2 years now, and he fought literally 5 guys. 5 fights. They have you ranked at number 3. You fought one ranked guy. They have you ranked at number 3 in my division. I'm number 1. And I say, okay, let's fight. I'll go down and fight you. It didn't matter where. But then you say, no, I don't want to make that weight. Come up to middleweight to fight me. Wait, so you want to tell me the former champion at this weight that's number 1 ranked in the world at that weight that I need to move up to middleweight to fight? Who are you? That's what I'm saying. It's the disrespect of the sport. I even wanted to make it sweet and I said to the UFC, you know what? I'll give you a catch weight. You name the catch weight and I'll give it to you. And Chimaev says, oh no, I can't make that. Come up to middleweight. So you want me, who's put time in and done everything in this sport, to come up to middleweight to fight you, who's done nothing in this sport, because you're hype? Come on, man, that made no sense, and it didn't make sense for the UFC as well. So the UFC said to Chimaev, you know what, we'll find you someone. I think he's got his hands full. If the right Paulo Costa shows up in a fight, he's got his hands full. And then he defends Wonderboy for not fighting an opponent who missed weight, and reveals his interest in making that fight. The only guys that would even make sense right now, Wonderboy, because he's an opponent, he's been around so long, and he's just that name to where it's always a great fight. His style is very, very difficult to fight. He's just one of those names in my era that I've never really got to fight. So I think Wonderboy, I would definitely consider that. I know everyone's crucifying him for not taking that fight, but why? I don't understand that. Why? I see people saying like he's scared. He didn't want to take that fight. Why? We signed on the contract and Pereira said that he was going to make that weight. He decided not to make that weight and Thompson told him, okay, I need you to go back and I need you to make the weight. And if he's not going to try, why is that my fault? No, absolutely not my fault. So people need to stop that. Wonderboy did his job. He came in there, he made the weight, he trained for the fight, and what else more can you ask from him?